Everyone, welcome back. Today again we will be starting off with a new chapter, that is chapter 12, that is power sharing mechanism in democracy. Clear? So today we will be learning about this. Okay, the first topic is, what is federalism? Okay, federalism is a system of government in which power is shared between the state and the central government. Okay, it is called as federalism. Okay, when powers are shared among the state and the center, it is called as federalism. Okay, moving on. We have the key features of federalism. Okay, what are the features, okay, of federalism? Okay, number one is what there are two or more tier level of government. Okay, so the government has been divided into two or more, okay, existing units so that it would function accordingly. Okay, next is the various level of government rule and are administered the same citizen, but the level of its jurisdiction in specific matters of administration, taxation, and legalization. Here, in this point, we can come to a conclusion, okay, that the government rule, okay, and the administration are administered by the same people of India, okay, but at different levels the power would be different. Okay, so it would not be the same, but the powers would be different in different levels. Okay, and also the constitution guarantees existence and authority of each tier of the government. Powers and functions of various level of the government are clearly stated in the constitution. Okay, so in the Indian constitution, okay, the powers and functions, okay, of different authority in different levels, okay, are already mentioned clearly, okay, which cannot be changed. Okay, and next, the next point, that is the fourth point, amendment or modification of basic feature of the constitution cannot be done by any level unilateral. It requires consent of both the level of the government. Okay, we cannot make a change, okay, in terms of amendment or modification in the constitution. Okay, it cannot be done by any person, okay, but it has to require legal consent from the both the levels of the government. If you want to change an amendment, or if you want to change something in the constitution, then what you have to do is you have to get the consent of all the states as well as the center in order to do that. Okay, so next is, in order to prevent conflict among the center and the regional unit, okay, that is the state, okay, there are independent judiciaries which have been set up, okay, in order to deal with disputes. Okay, any kind of problem arises in the center or maybe in the state, they are dealt with judiciary, okay, in order to settle the disputes. The courts have been vested, okay, on both center and state with powers. Okay, the highest court of India, of the land, as we all know, it is the Supreme Court. Okay, it gives the final decision and the final verdict of any cases. Okay, and we have the High Court, okay, which is the highest court in the state. Okay, next, what happens is financial autonomy. Okay, financial autonomy to various tiers of the government is ensured by allocating distinct sources of revenue to each tier. Okay, finances are given to each level of the government, okay, are given to each level, okay, so that they will run properly. So in the case of India, okay, the state depend mostly on the center for the finances, okay, and in order to run their uh, their system or their governments in the state. Okay, so they depend mostly on the center for their finance. Okay, there are two main objectives, okay, of a federal government. Number one is to safeguard the unity and integrity of the people or the country, okay, to accommodate regional diversity. Okay, so the main thing of federal government is to protect, okay, the unity and integrity of the people and the country. Okay, number two is to accommodate regional diversity. Okay, India is a very diverse country, so we have to protect that. Okay, we have to protect the regional diversity that we have in our states. Clear? Okay, Indian Federation, okay, it can also be, into two. The federation can also be into two terms. Okay, the first is the coming together federation. Okay, in this coming together federation, what happens is, in those independent states, okay, what they do is they come together and they come on their own and they try to make bigger units by joining together. Okay, that is called as the coming together federation. Okay, here what happens is it increases security by pulling sovereignty and restraining identity. Okay, it tries to promote sovereignty instead of identifying an identity of its own. Okay, next is all constituent states have equal powers. Okay, all the states in this coming together federation, they have all equal powers. So countries like USA, Switzerland and Australia follow this coming together federation. Next we have the holding together federation. Okay, here large countries, what they do is they decide to divide the powers, okay, between the constitutional unit and the center. Okay, and here the center is more powerful compared to that of the states, and the constituent units or the federation have unequal powers. Okay, all are not given equal powers. Okay, and this holding together federation can be found in countries such as India, Spain and Belgium. Okay, next moving on, okay, we have the Indian Federation. Okay, the Indian Constitution declared India as a union of states. Okay, although it did not use any specific words of federation, okay, the Indian Union was based on the principle of federalism. Okay, and it was also divided. Okay, when we say federalism, it is a division of power between the center and the state. Okay, and so, okay, what happened was, okay, it led to different subjects, okay, or it led to different lists, okay, to be formed. Okay, so we have the union list, the state list and the concurrent list. Okay, the union list has 97 subjects. Okay, the state list has 61 subject and the concurrent list has 47 subject. Okay, in the union list, okay, we'll look into the union list. According to the union list, okay, it has subject of national importance, okay, which will be on a national level. Okay, so here the center or the union alone will make laws and implementation. Okay, so here in the union list, the subjects, okay, such as defense, foreign policy, atomic energy, banking, post and telegraph, okay, and communication, all are included in the union list, and it will be controlled by the central government, and they can also pass law in the following subjects which are mentioned in this union list. Okay, so the union or the center alone will be viable, will take care as well as will implement laws on such kind of subjects or on such kind of lists. Okay, next we have the state list here. Okay, the subject is of local and state importance. Okay, it is very important for the state as well as for the local bodies. Clear? Here the state government can make laws. Okay, the state government plays a very important role in the state list. Here, okay, you have subjects like the police, local government, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation comes under the subject list. Okay, where, okay, it would be controlled as well as maintained by the state government. Next we have the concurrent list. Okay, in the concurrent list we have subjects of common interest for both the center and the state. Okay, so here both the states, that is the state and the center or the union government, can make laws and implement and change different kind of laws here. Okay, so both the center and the state, okay, can frame laws in this concurrent list, and subjects, okay, such as education, transfer of property, and other than agricultural land, okay, uh, forest, trade, marriages, okay, marriages, and adoption and succession can all come under the concurrent list. Okay, so these three lists are the comes under the Constitution of India and also plays a very important role. Okay, we also have a residuary subject. Okay, here, okay, this includes all the subjects not mentioned in any of the lists. Only the union government has the authority to make laws on this subject. Okay, so we have these three lists. Okay, in these three lists we have different subjects again. Okay, so if any subject is not included here, okay, then the residuary subject comes in. Okay, where in this residuary subject the union or the center will be able to make laws, and the state or the concurrent list will not be applicable in this kind of decision making. Okay, so that's why it is called as the residuary subject or residuary list. Next, we have the working of democracy. Okay, according to the B.R. Ambedkar, okay, Mr. B.R. Ambedkar, he said both the union and the state, okay, are created by the constitution. Okay, both derive their respective authority from the constitution. Okay, so the constitution provides for a center and a union. Okay, a state and a union, okay, where powers are given accordingly, and the authority, okay, is given so that they would coordinate with one another. Okay, and also Jawaharlal Nehru and his cabinet colleagues, okay, had a very deep faith in ideal democratic politics. Okay, and they wanted to nurture it carefully. Okay, and so while they were working on the federalism of India, when they were working in framing or when they were making the constitution, they planned it in a very systematic way. Okay, so we will, okay, in our next class we will learn how, okay, or in what way, okay, the nation was created, okay, on which basis, how and why, okay, was our country and our constitution created, on what basis. We will learn that in our next class. So thank you and have a nice day.